Good morning. Good morning. Happy Sunday morning, everyone. Tripping over my chair already this morning. Good morning. How are you? How are you? Welcome. Welcome to my craft room. My name is Tina Bickford. I am an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up! Here in the US. I am in the located in New England. I don't know if any of you are following me over on Facebook. If you are, the Tatted Stamper, I posted a few photos of what we woke up to this morning. If you're here watching live, leave me a comment. Let me know that you're here watching. If you come back and watch the replay, comment on it. Let me know. I go back and read all of the comments on my videos, and I try to respond to all of them. So how are you? Leave me a comment. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know what the weather is like where you are. It is, let me see, it is 22 degrees here in New Hampshire. It's cold, and we got about, it looked like probably between 7 and 8 inches of snow overnight. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know about this. I don't know. Ready for spring. I'm ready for like summer and warmth and all of that because I'm a summer girl. Yeah, I'm a summer girl. So, oh my God, you guys, you are gonna love this fun bolt. I'm actually going to switch down to the desk cam real quick because I want to actually show you why. If you don't know what a bridge card is, I want to show you how to make a quick bridge card and then show you my take on the bridge card. So let me switch on down to the desk camera, find it here. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Good morning, Mom. Good morning, Michaela. Good morning. Good morning. Tell Papa I said hello, good morning when he comes back in, okay? Is he shoveling the snow? Is he plowing the snow? Is that what he's doing? Okay, so I just wanted to do a really quick recap of, so the last two videos we did were this really cool fun fold, which I'm calling the triple flap fun fold. So we did this one. This is the one that we made where we just flap here and flap here, and then another flap until you get to the inside. Yay. And then I always fold it the wrong way. And then we did this one here. This was one of the alternates that I did where you tuck the morning flap, the top flap into the heart, and you just flip this open and flip this open, and you get the inside. So like that, and then that just tucks right in. So we did that one. Good morning, Luann. Thank you for joining. And then we did the landscape version, and these ones work exactly the same way. This is the landscape version where it just tucks in there and just opens like this. So there's the landscape version, and another one here with a birthday card. Oops, like that. And then I did this one. This one that's just a You're on My Mind. It just tucks in there. So they all work the same way. 3 flaps. These ones tuck in. I may end up adding something on this one to do the tuck in, but I'm not really sure what I'm going to add to that yet. A heart doesn't seem right because it's from all of us. Congratulations card. So that seems a little bit, I don't really want to do that. So those were the last 2 videos, and you guys are going to be so happy with this new one. All right, so let me just show you a really quick. So I'm just going to bring in my paper trimmer, and I'm just going to show you really quick. I'm not going to make the whole card, but I'm going to show you a real quick basic bridge card, or with the base of it. So we won't decorate it, but just so that you know what we're talking about for a bridge card. So I'm going to take just a piece of 8.5 by 11 standard cardstock, and I'm going to cut it in half lengthwise. So it's going to be 4¼ inches by 11 inches. And then I'm going to just rotate it and score it at 5½ inches. Then I'm going to just fold that and burnish it really well. And I do recommend, when you are making bridge cards, that you do burnish this fold well at this step, and don't try to do it. You'll still be giving some burnishing later on just to make sure that all of your scores, but you really want to make sure it's burnished well here, because we're going to be cutting flaps in here. So with the card open, what we're going to do is, I'm sorry about that ring light. What we're going to do is we're going to line our card up on our trimmer. And so this is the edge and this is the fold. So we're going to just line this up at the 1-inch mark here. And we are going to cut from this edge down to this score. Move my cutting blade up. And you can, obviously you can see through this, the track, so you can see exactly where you're cutting. And on this paper trimmer, I can't speak for all paper trimmers, but on this paper trimmer, there's a little mark in the blade, a little line in the blade, and it's actually on both sides of the blade. That shows exactly where the blade is. So I'm just going to bring this mark here down to that score line. And let me see if I can bring that up to the camera so that you can see that. It looks like I went just a hair beyond it, which is okay. And then I'm going to come down here. I'm going to line my card up now with the 3¼ inch mark, and I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm just going to come up here, and I'm just going to come down with my blade to that mark. And then you have 3 flaps. Okay. So with the bridge card, the other piece to the bridge card, so now you can come in here and just give these another little squish. If you try to do it at this point, if you didn't burnish this one the first time around and you're trying to do it here, these flaps could be burnished kind of at an angle. So you do want to make sure that you are doing that step first. So the second part to the bridge card is to bring in another piece that is going to bridge this these two. So we're just going to I'm just going to bring in a 2-inch piece just so that you can see it. So I'm just going to do 2 inches by 4 inches, and we're going to come in here and we're going to adhere this to the 2 outside edges. Now you can do this a couple of ways. You can flip this part up and you can bridge that. You can bridge this underneath if you want. You can do that. But most of the time it is bridged on the top, and you can place it anywhere you want. You really don't want it at the top. So the closer you get to the bottom is going to be more stability for a card like this, because remember, you do have 2 1-inch flaps over here that if you have this up too high, it's not going to be stable. So we're going to try to put this down a little bit low. Now I'm just going to grab my little cheapy tape runner and throw some tape just on the ends there. And I'm just going to hold this flat so that they're not kicked out at all. And I'm just going to come in here and tape those down. Now, when you do that, now what happens, you have this that opens, and then you have this that opens, and then you have your inside. So, and you can do this either way. You can do a bridge card landscape or portrait. So this would be kind of the same. It's going to be exactly the same you put it together exactly the same way. It's just how you decorate it, embellish it, and which orientation your sentiment is will determine the whether it's a portrait or a landscape, or horizontal or vertical for people who in the card making business that call it that. So this is your basic bridge card. So you would decorate this, you'd put an element here, you would decorate the flap or put some kind of an element here so that you, whether it's embossed, designer series paper, whatever you want to put here, decorate it any way you want. But then you would have this front piece, and then you'd flip it up and you'd actually have some design element here, and then you'd flip it again before you got to your inside sentiment. So this is a basic bridge card, which is great. I love a basic bridge card, but I am going to put my own spin on the bridge card. So I'm going to pull in some. These are the products that we're going to use today. So this marbled elegance paper, which is just so stunning with the pinks, and it's got Poppy Parade and Melon MAMBO, and there's real red and cherry cobbler in here, and with that beautiful gold veining. Oh, it's amazing. So I'm going to use the this piece here that has the Melon MAMBO in it, because I want to use Melon MAMBO for my card base. So I'm just going to grab my Melon MAMBO in my little packet here, and I'm just going to grab one slice of that. And I do have also some basic white that we're going to be using. I may have to grab a little bit more. Do I have some right here? I might have some right here that I can use too. All right. Grab another piece of that just in case I have it handy. Okay, I didn't cut anything ahead of time because I was playing with the alternates. I was making alternates to show you guys. Boom. Okay, so what we're going to do, grab my paper trimmer right here. And we're going to start with our card base. Yeah, Luann, isn't that paper gorgeous? You should see it in person. It's amazing. I don't, in all of the paper, just by the way, I mean, this is beautiful. I mean, it's still kind, it's a pretty, all of them have a pretty design on the back also. But I mean, honestly, why wouldn't you want to use that side? I couldn't put glue on that to use the other side. I just don't think I could do it because it's too pretty. It's just too pretty. All right, so we're going to start just like we did with the other bridge that I just showed you. So we're going to start with an 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock. This is the Melon MAMBO. And we're going to line up that 8.5 inch. We're going to cut it right down the middle. So right at 4 1/4. And then we are going to rotate it, and we're going to score it at the 5.5. Like so. And we are going to burnish that really well. Burnish, burnish really well. Like that. Okay. Now I'm going to open it up and bring back our trimmer. And I'm just going to move both of my blades up to the top because I'm going to cut down into that. And you can do, so if you're more comfortable lining your blade up with where the score is and cutting up, then you can do that. The goal is only to get those 3 flaps, so 2 1-inch flaps on the outside, and then the 2 1/4 inch flap on the inside. And it's just, the goal is also just to cut from the edge down to the score line. So however it is most comfortable for you to do that, you do that. So I'm just going to line my card up with the 1 inch. I'm going to put my track down and hold pressure, because I am, again, like if you're cutting from the score up, then you've got this little edge that kind of holds the paper in place so that you don't risk the paper moving. I'm cutting down away from that. So I'm going to hold some pressure here with my finger so that the paper doesn't move. And I'm just going to bring this right down to that. And I went just a hair. I went just a hair beyond. That's not really going to matter. And then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to do the same thing at 3 1/4. So line it up to 3 1/4 and bring my, hold pressure here and bring my blade right down to that. That one I did really good. Okay. Next step. Move this out of the way. Actually, so the next step that I have, so I've already done work instructions for this, by the way, which I will post once I have once my video has posted. I will go ahead and put a link in the description for the project sheet. And yeah, so I'm just going to do the inside panel. So the inside panel is going to be 4 by 5 1/4. It's kind of the basic standard size that you would use for an inside panel. Now, if you are using white cardstock for this or a really light colored cardstock, you don't need an inside panel, but this color would be kind of hard to write on if you were, you know, sending this card to somebody. So let's just do that inside really quick. Because on my project sheet, that is the next step. So I'm just going to bring in this set. This is actually a bundle. The Hearts of Elegance stamps and dies. This is very, very geared towards Valentine's Day, obviously, but it doesn't have to be. I mean, my heart belongs to you, or love you could be anything, even, you know, sending lots of love. Really, the only thing is the Valentine's Day that, you know, you couldn't really give that to somebody on a different holiday, but certainly the others are good. So this, all those stamps, sorry, and I meant to open this, and the dies that go with it. So these dies, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different heart. Wait a minute, yeah, 7 different hearts. 3 of them, so 2 of them are solid. Let me get that out of the way. Let me just get that out of the way with the glare. All right. So 3 of them are solid. This small one puts like just a little stitching detail around the edge. And this one, there are 4 rows of that stitching that go around the edge. And this one does that beautiful detail. And then you have the others that just do outlines of the heart. So you've got this really large outline, and then you've got the medium and a you know, next size down, and then a smaller one. These are not exact, and they do so. It's not; these are not necessarily nesting the solid ones to the outline ones. But let me just see if I can. We'll just see if these are. I mean, see, they're not exactly nesting. In that, I mean that they're not exactly the same. Like you couldn't just do a complete outline on any of these. But this design is actually kind of cool, like that. That would be kind of a cool design. All right, so we're going to use these also. So we're going to use this one, which we've used before. We're going to use this big one. We're going to use this one that we have used in the last video. And then we're going to use this big one here. So these 3 here we're going to use for the dies. Move that to the side and that to the side. All right, we're going to use those, and we're going to use this. Now I'm going to stamp this inside. Sentiment was my block. And I am making this one. Well, you know what? I have the other one that I made, my sample card one that I made. I made, it says I used the Happy Valentine's Day. So let's just use the love you. Oh, this block is dirty. Wow, it's so dirty. Okay. I am just going to grab my Melon Mambo. We're going to ink this up. I actually haven't used this stamp yet because, and you could tell because it was still very clear. It wasn't stained. So your photopolymer stamps, the clear ones, they do tend to stain. There's not really a lot you can do to stop that. I've seen some people I've seen videos where they are, they stamp first with the Versamark ink. And that, pardon my arm there. So they stamp first with a Versamark ink, which protects it, I guess, a little bit. So now you can see how it's stained. Like it's got that pink on it, and that's fine. It does not affect the function of the stamp. So you can actually see by looking which ones so you can tell I have not used, this is the only one I haven't used, the two from, I've used all of the other stamps in here because they're all stained. Okay. Oh, so the other thing I did on this one too, on my sample card, is I did put some roses on there. So I'm just going to go ahead and I only put one and put it down in this corner. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it up here for this one and grab the leaves and the granny apple green. And I'm going to come in here. Now I do have a little bit of a Melon Mambo ink on my block that I'm just going to wipe that off, put it on my finger and then wipe it on my pants because that is what I do. So I'm just going to ink this one up with the granny apple green. And again, I'm getting ink all over this block. It's not going to matter because you're going to come down straight down and hold some pressure just straight down. You're not going to rock this. If you have ink on your block like this and you rock the stamp, you are going to get ink on your project. So I'm just going to come in here and give that a little stamp and put another set of leaves over here like so. Wipe that off real quick. Okay, let's close these up. Good morning, Lisa. Yeah, come back and watch it. Come back and watch it when you can. All right, so now we're going to take this one. You're going to love it, Lisa. You're going to love this one. All right, so we're going to flip this over and I'm just going to put my glue on the back here and I'm going to add this to my inside. So here's the card with the 3 flaps. I'm just going to open these up and I'm going to put my inside sentiment in there. And I almost, with one of my samples that I was working on this morning, I almost put my sentiment in here upside down, and then I was going to have to try to figure out how to reverse the card, but I was able to pop it back up. So I'm going to just pop that in like so. Let that glue grab. Okay. Now we're going to come back in here. We are going, I didn't cut any of my designer series paper. Okay. So we're going to put 2 strips of designer series paper up here on these 2 flaps. So we need those. These flaps measure 1 inch wide by 5.5 inches long. So we're going to actually just make the designer series paper a 1/4 inch smaller in both directions so that we have 1/8 of an inch all the way around. Now, on the project sheet, I do say that anywhere that we're using the designer series paper, you could also use a piece of embossed cardstock. I like using the designer series paper because it doesn't add as much bulk as what an embossed piece of cardstock does. So I'm using the designer series paper where I can. All right, so since these are 1 inch by 5.5, I'm going to drop that down 1/4. So I need 2 pieces that are 3/4 of an inch by 5 1/4 of an inch. So I'm just going to bring back my paper trimmer and my paper. I have measurements on this side up to 1.5 inches. So I just need 3/4 of an inch. So I'm going to line my paper up with 3/4 with a 3/4 mark right there. Give that a cut. And then I need 2 pieces that are 5 1/4 inch long. So 5 1/4. Oh, and I scored it. Did you guys see I just did that? I just scored it. And then 5 1/4. I think I like this side right here. So 5 1/4, like that. Okay. And then we're just going to glue those on there. And just, you know, be light-handed with, if you're using this this Tombow mono, what is it called? Yeah, mono adhesive, the Tombow liquid glue. Multi-purpose liquid glue. Some people call it green glue. It's not green, but all right, so just gonna line that up. Let that glue grab and do the same thing on the bottom. I'm just gonna let that glue grab. And then we need 2 pieces that, so I'm actually in these work instructions, not work instructions, there we go with my day job terms again. The project sheet, I am calling these 2 parts side lights, because if you know how when you have your, like a front door on a house and they've got the 2 long windows on either side of the door, those are called side lights. So I'm calling these side lights. So I need 2 of these side lights, and they are, let me grab those measurements. Sorry. Tofu, my cat Tofu, was in here with me, and I had the door closed, and she decided that she did not want to be in here with me anymore. So just had to let her out. Okay, so the side lights are 1 inch by 3 3/4 inches. So I'm going to cut this I'm going to cut 2 pieces that are 1 inch and then 3 3/4. So I like kind of ease. So I'm going to need, this is at least my 3/4 of an inch. So I know that. So I'm going to need 2 pieces that are 1 inches. So I'm just going to cut right at the 2 inch mark. And then I'm going to flip it and make that my 3 3/4 so that I have them both exactly the same length. And then I'm going to cut it in half. Now, the really super cool thing about that is when you've only got up to 1.5 inches, you can put half of it over here and see, and half of it over here. So I'm going to line that up between the 2 1 inch marks and know that I have it exactly halfway and cut that up. And now I need 2 pieces of designer series paper that we're going to put on here. So these are 1 inch. And I'm just putting this on my grid paper so it's easy for me to see and reference. So these are 1 inch by 3 3/4. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to trim this down. Let me just make sure I have that right. Nope, I have it wrong. I did it wrong. You guys. All right, it's all right. These, instead of being 1 inch, these are going to be 1 1/4 inch. So I should know that because I've just made like 3 cards this morning. So I'm going to do the same thing, but instead of lining it up to the 2, I'm going to line it up to the 2 1/2 because I'm going to get 2 cards out of that. flip it around to the 3 3/4. And then I'm going to do the, I can do the same thing, 1 1/4, 1 1/4, cut it in half. So 2 pieces that are 1 1/4 by 3 3/4. And then we need our design series paperback. So these are 1 1/4. So this strip is going to be 1 inch wide. We're going to make this exactly a 1/4 inch smaller. So 1 inch wide. And they are 3 3/4. So we're going to make these, sorry. You know what I don't even know. You guys, honestly, I should know what I'm doing. I've made so many cards this morning. Okay, let's try this one more time. Line this up. I swear, the project sheet is right. I'm just not following it. And then this is going to be 4 inches, not 3 3/4. So 4 inches. I think we got that right now. Now flip it. 1 1/4, 1 1/4. So right down the middle. There. Oh, Lordy, Tina. All right. So 1 1/4 by 4. So this is going to be 1 inch by, this is our 3 3/4, Tina. 3 3/4. Now you can do this any way you want. You can make this so instead of having an even border all the way around, it goes right from end to end. And then you only have that 1/8 of an inch on either side instead of all the way around. You could do that. That isn't how my sample is. So I'm trying to do it like my sample. So this one is the same thing. Doing this one at 1 inch by 3 3/4. So there's our 2 pieces of designer series paper that we're going to use for our side lights. Okay, let's put these together. So this is just simple. These ones right here, we're just gluing these to these. Easy peasy. Like so. Okay. Pick it up without getting glue all over your hands. So there we go. And then this one, here we go. Okay. Perfect. Look how gorgeous that is on that melon mambo pink. Oh, gorgeous. Okay. So one more step we have to do to our card base. Isn't that cute? Look, even if you just did that, isn't that cute? You just do that. That would be a good card. All right. Although it wouldn't stand, like if you glued these down to the card base, I mean, to the inside of the card, just to have like this little peekaboo, it wouldn't stand for display. So that's a little bit disappointing, but it would still be a cute card. All right. So on this centerpiece right here, we are going to just do some scoring. So I'm going to turn this around this way so that I can score using this side of my trimmer. And from this edge, now the score is right here for the card. We're going to move this over to the 1 1/4 inch mark, and we are going to score. And then we're going to move it over to the 2 1/4 inch mark and score it again. Okay. And you can do that part at any time. You can do it before you put the inside panel, before you do any of this. It just needs to be done before you do this next part. All right. So for these scores, this first 1 1/4 inch, that's going to be a mountain fold. So what do I mean by that? It makes a mountain like that. So if you look at it this way on the camera, it's a mountain. And then this one's going to be a valley like so. So mountain, let me get that out of the way. Sorry. Mountain Valley, like that. Okay. So I'm going to take at that valley fold, or the 2 1/4 inch fold, I'm just going to fold it back, and I am going to crease the living daylights out of this thing. Like so. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing. And it's always easier for me to, with the fold over here, to do my scoring, because I am right-handed. So that's why I just flipped the card over. But if you can do it the other way, do it the other way. So I'm just going to really give that a good, like, creasy. Okay. Now I'm going to take one of my side lights. Now you can decide, these are going to go here. So you can decide which ones you like where. Most of it's going to be covered up with our front element, but I think I'll put this one here and this one here. All right. So for this, I'm flipping it over. This side light is going to be glued to just this center piece. So I don't want to get glue anywhere outside of that. So I'm just lining it up so I know where to put my glue. And I'm just going to put glue there. And then I'm going to come in here and I'm going to put this on in the center. I'm leaving an even border from on this side, and the bottom. I'm just doing that. And I'm going to just go ahead and very carefully open the card up this way and give that a press, just so that I can make sure if there is any glue that got out from under there, it's not going to get on my card. Like so. Okay. Now I'm going to do the same thing with this one, only this one is going to be glued only to these ends. So I'm going to line that up so that I know where my glue can go. And I'm just going to put glue on that area. Like so. Do the same thing, line it up even on all 3 sides. This one is a little bit trickier because these 2 1-inch sides do want to kick out if you put too much pressure. So I'm just going to open that up real quick just to make sure, same thing, if there's any glue on there, it does not get in that on the inside of the card. Yay. And we can actually leave the card in this position when we do our next step, but I'm going to set it aside for right now because we're going to do some die cutting. So we need a piece of these out. So we need a piece of our Melon MAMBO. So we're going to die cut this large heart out of the Melon MAMBO. Yeah, Mom, I don't know. The video doesn't look clear to me either. I'm just going to, it's got to be an internet thing because of the weather. So I'm just going to go ahead and trudge through and see how this goes. Hold on. Let me just see if I can get it to focus. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Darn it. Well, we're gonna just keep, I'm just gonna keep going because I don't know. I don't know that I can make it any clearer. So this heart right here, we just need a piece of cardstock that's going to be big enough for this heart. That's all. So you can cut a piece. You can so if I measure the heart die, I need a piece that's at least 5 inches by 4.5 inches. That will do it. So I'll just cut a piece that is 5. Oops, we'll do it this way. Let's cut the 4.5. 4.5. Doesn't really matter. 4.5 by 5. Like so. And we're going to die cut this out of this one. I will do that off camera. It's right here. It's just outside of the camera, but just so that that camera doesn't get any, we'll see if by not having any motion in the camera, it clears. I'm assuming it's a weather thing. It's a weather related thing. So I'm just going to take our large heart like so, and then we're going to cut this one here out of white cardstock. I'm just going to grab my piece of white cardstock and do that one, and same thing, I'll do that off camera. Let me know if that video gets any better on your end. Okay. Let me see if I can get this one. So this one, this heart, needs some convincing to come out of the die. I'm just going to do, because of all of those little that detail stitching. So this one, let me see if I can. No, you're not going to be able to. Oh, you can see it a little bit there. I have no idea why this video is not clear. We'll just keep going. Keep going. Can't stop now. So, all right. And then we're going to do this heart out of the gold. So again, same thing. Put that one over here. That through. I am going to, this one will need some convincing to come out of the die. Oh, out of the die also. Oh, no, it didn't. Ooh, all right. All right. So what we're going to do is we are going to take our card. I'm going to open it this way just because it reduces the risk of me getting any glue on the inside of the card if I do get a little carried away with my glue. So I'm just going to put my glue on this section here and nowhere else, just that section. And you don't have to go right to the edge. If you go to the edge, you do risk having it smoosh out. So you don't really want to do that. I'm going to grab my large heart and hold this down. I'm going to center the heart side to side, but that point is going to be right at the bottom, right at the bottom. We'll do that. I do apologize for, is the video still not clear? I have to figure that out, I guess. All right. I'm going to take this white heart and I'm going to, actually, I'm going to come in with this is a no, this is a, what did I do? Love You. So let's do Be Mine on this one. I'm going to do it in the, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. It's got to be my internet because of the storm. All right, we'll do Be Mine. Let's just hope let's hope it will clear up. And then I'm going to take some of the hearts from this Hugs for Love. Get that to focus at all. I don't. All right, you guys, I'm stressing out over this video situation. This card is super cool. All right, so just going to stamp some hearts on here. Down here. And you can stamp them all over if you want, or, you know, however you want to do that. I'll try to hold it. Oh, Michaela said that. I know, Michaela. I don't know what to do to fix it. So I'm just going to flip this over, put glue. We're almost done. And then I'll flip back to the laptop camera. I'll try to show you the alternates if the video's will let me. And I'm just going to layer the white heart on top of the pink one, like so. I'm going to grab my gold heart with some dimensionals, and I'm going to put some dimensionals just on this side of the gold heart. And I'm going to come in here. Oh, nope, nope. Pull that one off. Got a little carried away with the dimensionals. I'm stressed about the video not being clear. So I want this to go here. So I want to try to keep the dimensionals right up at the top here. So I'm just going to put this, I don't think that's going to go there because of where I stamped it. All right, well, that's all right. Let's see. Let's see. So for my sample, I didn't stamp any words on it. I just stamped a bunch of these hearts on it. So this heart obviously fit much better. So I think we'll put this heart up here. That's what we'll do, because I want the gold heart on it. So we're going to put the gold heart up here. So we're going to go ahead and put our dimensionals. And there, and there. And I know that we're covering those up. That's all right. No one's going to see them. Do that. And that is our card. So this is how it actually stands. So it opens this way. You can open this, and then you can open this. When you stand this for display, it actually stands in 3 layers. So the reason that we had the point of the heart positioned at the end of, or at the bottom of the card, is so that it actually helps the card to stand. So there's that one. All right, let me just show you some of the, this video thing. This is my, I'll try to hold it up here. This is my sample card where I just stamped the hearts on it. And it says, Happy Valentine's Day. This is terrible. This video is terrible. All right. Well, I'll just have to post pictures of these cards so that you can see them. It doesn't have to be a heart. I just did these are with the heart shape. I did this with a little diamond shape. It's the same basic thing. I was just playing with the design there. And then this one, I did a rectangle. And this one just opens like this, and then like this. So that one, same thing. Because it's a rectangle, it goes all the way to the bottom and it stands. And then I'm playing with this one. This one is this one I did with a birdhouse. So I haven't really figured that one out yet. We'll work on that one. And this one. So this is using that really beautiful mixed florals designer series paper. And I did it as a circle, but it's still the same thing. It still stands. The circle helps it stand. So there's that, opens that way, and then like so, and like so. And that is the cards. And I'm very upset about this video, and I am really sorry about it. I don't know how to fix that. So I guess I will just have to maybe even do another video on this front fold, one that's actually clear. Oh, all right. Well, it looks like the video is clearing up a little bit. So let me just see. Of course, it's clearing up a little bit because I've finished showing you all of the cards. So let me show you those again. Hold. Now, Mom, can you just confirm that the video looks better on your end? Because it looks better on my end. So this is the card, and see with that detailing, all of that detailing there. Gorgeous. And then it opens like this. And then, and you could put a little something here if you wanted for when they do, and then it opens like this. So if you put something here, it would show when the card was open. Yeah, of course it's clear because I'm done demonstrating the card. Anyway, all right. So there's that one. This is the sample that I made with just all of the hearts on there, stamped on there. Same basic thing, though it opens this way. Now, what I would do if I weren't in such a hurry to make these cards, what I would do is I might actually stamp the inside panel after I put this together so that the inside panel, or you could be really intentional about what you stamped there. So you could stamp something that you wanted them to see on this section here, but then have something else that's stamped, you know, somewhere hidden that they wouldn't see until they opened this flap here. And then, like I said, it stands for display like this. So when you're looking at that from, you know, if it's on your mantle or, you know, on a shelf, you're looking at that in 3-dimension, you know, there. And then I'll just show you, here's this one again. This one I actually used embossing on the side lights. And I colored just a little bit of the flowers. This is all like the black and white on that designer series paper. Same thing. So sending hugs, I probably would have been good to put this like maybe over here, or maybe put it over a little bit more so that you couldn't see it until you opened this part. So you would get like a little surprise when you opened up that part too. And then this was the one that was the rectangle. Now this one, this is not a Stampin' Up die. This is just a die that I had in my craft stash. And I actually used paint chip samples from my local home improvement store. Don't tell them that I steal their paint chip samples every time I go in, so that I can do this, because I think it's super cool. So this one just opens like this. And I was just playing around with this one, so that's not really how I would do it. I just wanted to have something in there to show you. So there's that one. And then this one was me just playing around with, it's square, but I just tipped up to make it a diamond. And the point is right at the end, right at the bottom. So it helps the card stand for display. There. Okay. So, oh, and the birdhouse one. So the birdhouse one, I'm still playing with the birdhouse one. I haven't done the inside sentiment yet because I wanted to try to figure out, well, for starters, the birdhouse, when it's here, it doesn't cover the whole opening. So I have, you know, I can see the inside from here. So I'm just kind of playing around with that. But again, same thing though, it doesn't have to be just a square or a circle or a heart or anything. You could, if you were going to do the birdhouse, you could actually make this side light a little bit wider so that you had, or both of them, you could make them a little bit wider so that you couldn't see that inside there. But maybe I'll play around with this one and do another video with this one. All right. Let me flip to me. Back to the laptop camera. Okay. Get the sound right. Okay, here I am. This camera, of course, this camera is clear. So yeah, I'm sorry about that. I'll try to maybe I can even maybe I'll do a recorded video and upload that one also, so that you guys can see the cards actually being, you know, like where to put the glue on that last section and stuff. So I'm just calling this, what did I call this? I think the triple, I don't know, the triple bridge with pop out, I think is what I called it, or something like that. So I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you like it. And I am really sorry about the little video clarity for the important part of the tutorial. So anyway, if you are not already subscribed to my YouTube channel, I would love it if you would subscribe. Just hit that little subscribe button down at the bottom of the video. And if you want notifications on YouTube when I go live, click the little bell. I haven't put I don't have the dimensions and all of that stuff all in the description of the video yet, but I will be working on that as soon as I'm done with this video. I'll be putting all of that in the description of the video. So you just click on that little more in the description and you'll see a list of all of the products that I used today. And a link to my website where you can get a downloadable project sheet for this card. Oh, thank you, Judith. Thank you so much. I hope it's clear for you when you watch the replay, although I don't think it will be, and I'm sorry for that. So yeah, if you're not already a subscriber, I would love it if you subscribed. If you would like and share my videos, that would be awesome. That helps my channel grow. Also, if you don't follow me already over on Facebook, you can find me at the Tatted Stamper on Facebook. I do post a couple of things there. I need to get better about that. I did post some pictures this morning of all of the snow covering my pool. So there's that you can look at. It's pretty. It's not nice, but it's pretty. So anyway, I hope you have a great rest of your weekend, what's left of it. It looks like I need to figure out video issues and some other things. I mean, I'm learning some other things. I'm learning how to create thumbnails for my videos for YouTube and also I don't know, some other things. So when you're watching my videos after they've been posted, hopefully you'll start seeing something that I think it's like right around in this area and then something right around in this area for you to subscribe. So a button for you to subscribe and another video for you to watch. So I'm working on all of that. And yeah, I'll be hard at work. I will be back. So I will be back Wednesday evening at 6 p.m. And maybe I will just do this card again so that there's with other versions of it, maybe not a Valentine's Day card. But you know, we'll see. We'll see how the Wednesday one goes. I got to figure out some video things first, I guess. So anyway, like me, follow me, subscribe to me, do all the things, shop with me. If you don't have a demonstrator and you are interested in Stampin' Up! Products, I would love to be your demonstrator. So you can just reach out to me. You can reach out to me over on Facebook. I don't have my email. I'll put a link to I'll put my email address in the description of the videos as well, so that you can actually email me if you're interested there. As always, there will be a link for you to shop with me and find my project sheet. Okay. I will see you all on